Well, hello everyone. Hello. I'm excited to present this video. This is unexpected news for me. It may have been for you if you follow along to Paul Simon. As you can guess by the video title, this is in regard to a big announcement that came out today in regard to a new audiobook that is coming out about the life of Paul Simon, who also turns 80 years old today, the day that I'm recording this. Um, this is big. Of course, Paul Simon, multi-talented singer, songwriter, musician, performer. I mean, my word, he's been at it for 6 decades. He started, of course, in the folk scene with childhood friend Art Garfunkel as the duo Tom and Jerry, which eventually quickly turned to the duo Simon and Garfunkel, who, kind of for revolutionizing the folk rock scene, coming up in the time of Bob Dylan, the Beatles, the Byrds. Simon and Garfunkel were right there with them, Peter, Paul, and Mary. But anyway, this is about the book, and of course, Paul Simon, has an incredible solo career, which he's still pursuing. So the book is going to be called Miracle and Wonder: Conversations with Paul Simon, and it's due for release on November 16th of this year, 2021. Of course, the line Miracle and Wonder comes from the song Boy in the Bubble from the Graceland album, my personal favorite Paul Simon album, and probably in my top 5 favorite albums of all time. It's just an incredible album. But anyway, so this is coming out it's coming out through the two of the folks that helped with the interview process during this, named Malcolm Gladwell and Bruce Headlam. Now, the latter, Bruce Headlam, he's a New York Times journalist, and both of these gentlemen co-host the Broken Record podcast, which is through Def Jam, and that's all over YouTube. You can check it out. There's some great interviews on there, including some that are hosted by Rick Rubin. Of course, Rick Rubin of Def Jam Records. He does a recent one with Ringo Starr, which is excellent, so I highly recommend checking that out. But so yeah, it's due out November the 16th, Miracle and Wonder, and apparently it's going to be 5 hours long, which is fairly short audiobook. However, it's probably going to pack a lot of information, and according to the sources about this book, and I know that Gladwell and Headlam, they don't want to talk too much about the project, to kind of build up the suspense of it. But Paul Simon did reveal that he's got a tentative work of music coming out called 7 Psalms, and he's described it as very personal. I know that they had released a couple of clips, during the conversations that they had with Simon, but they're not going to talk about what it's about. They just said that it was, by they I mean Gladwell and Headlam, said that it's very beautiful music and gorgeous music. So I don't know if it's instrumental music. I don't know if it's lyrical, orchestral. I don't know what kind of music it is. They just now know that it's tentatively called 7 Psalms. From what I understand, there were over 30 hours recorded during these conversations over a 9-session period. And the sessions took place in Hawaii. They took place in Connecticut with Simon. And yeah, it's just really exciting stuff. I mean, Paul Simon is one of the top songwriters of all time. Incredibly successful. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, obviously. But they also say that part of the book, it's going to have some unreleased live studio versions of songs and some original recordings. And they mentioned The Boxer, Graceland, and The Sound of Silence being parts of those unreleased live studio outtakes. Something else that's really cool, there's going to be some guest cameos that are going to pop up throughout the audiobook. Some musicians, including, but not limited to, Sting, Herbie Hancock, Roseanne Cash, and Jeff Tweedy of Wilco. and of the band Tweety. And from what I understand, they're going to be sharing personal stories about, their love of Paul Simon. They're going to be talking about their favorite Simon tracks. I'm assuming, Simon and Garfunkel and solo career stuff. So, I mean, it's gonna be really good and informative. And Paul Simon, like I said, he turned 80 today. Um, he's one of that dying breed of musician from the 60s. He's up there with Dylan. He's up there with McCartney and Lennon. Um, he's one of a kind. And I've talked to friends of mine that I essentially say Paul Simon has had really like 3 careers. Um, he's just always been relevant. He was putting out interesting music his whole solo career. He loves worldly music. I mean, he jumps from Graceland to the Rhythm of the Saints, and then probably my second favorite Paul Simon album is called So Beautiful or So What from 2011, which is just a masterpiece of an album. And he's always innovating his sounds. He's trying out new instruments, new vocalizations. I got to see him on his Homeward Bound tour in 2018, and the man is a legacy in his own right. So, with that being said, the book went on sale today for pre-order. Again, it's called Miracle and Wonder: Conversations with Paul Simon. Check it out. I'm going to be looking into it, and I look forward to hearing y'all's thoughts. I don't talk enough about Paul Simon, but I love Paul Simon, and I'm sure we all can pick out a couple of Paul Simon songs that we like, whether it's from Simon and Garfunkel or from his solo career. So thank you all for watching, and again, let me know what you think. And as I like to say, adieu from Virginia. Take care, everyone.